Shh, don't say anything yet, just listen. You're being watched. Not in the way you might think. This isn't about cameras or footsteps behind you. This is something deeper, something older, something sacred. There are people who are starting to notice things about you, little things. The way you walk into a room and suddenly everything feels quieter or heavier or lighter. The way you speak and without knowing it, you stir something inside even the most hardened souls. They're not sure what it is, but they feel it. Something about you is different. And soon the truth will come out. If it does, if they figure it out, everything will change. That's why I need to speak now before they do. Before the world begins whispering your name in rooms you've never entered. Before the powerful start knocking on doors you haven't built. Before curious eyes turn into hungry hands. You must understand this. If this news comes out, everyone will be thirsty for your blood. Because the blood in your veins carries something they cannot buy, steal, or recreate. It carries the cure for the diseases of greed, pride, and the soul's decay. They will never say it like that, of course. They'll call it a rare gene, a strange light in your eyes, a psychological mystery, or some beautiful anomaly. But it's not science, it's spirit. What flows inside you is not just human blood. It's divine design. It was hidden inside you for years. You didn't know. How could you? You thought you were just sensitive, just tired, just different in ways you couldn't explain. You thought maybe you felt too much or cared too deeply or forgave too easily. But all of that was never weakness. It was evidence. The evidence of what heaven placed in you. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to be understood by this world. You were meant to be hidden until the time came, and now, my child, that time is approaching. They are, my child, that time is approaching. They are coming closer. Not all of them mean harm. But many are driven by hunger, not for food, but for power, for control, for something they can't name. Music, and they've begun to notice that when you speak, people listen differently. When you hurt, even strangers feel it. When you enter, something in the atmosphere shifts. They don't know what you are, but they know you are something. They'll try to test you, study you, control you, own you, because the blood that flows through you doesn't just carry nutrients, it carries memory. Memory older than your birth. Memory of love that does not end, and truth that cannot be altered. Your blood remembers heaven, it remembers the garden. It remembers what the world forgot. They don't want you healed, they want you contained, and if you were not careful, they'll convince you that what's inside you is a burden. They'll say you're too emotional, too intense, too spiritual. They'll try to shape you into something easier to swallow. But let me tell you something they will never admit. You make darkness uncomfortable. That's why some people left. That's why some people turned cold without warning. That's why the ones you would have given everything to, music, walked away, not because you were unworthy, but because your light exposed their wounds. You were never supposed to fit. You were supposed to stand out quietly, softly, like a hidden fire in a cold, loud world. They don't know this yet, but it's not just your presence that they fear. It's your purpose, because the cure you carry is not made of medicine. It's made of mercy, forgiveness, truth, stillness. You carry peace that cannot be sold, and that threatens everything they've built. I need you to know this without pride and without fear. You are not ordinary. Your soul is wrapped in codes that even the highest minds on earth will never fully understand. There are energies inside you that cannot be measured. There are frequencies that your spirit emits when you cry, when you pray, when you laugh. And those frequencies are recognized not by machines but by heaven itself. That's why the attacks felt so personal. That's why the betrayal shook you so deeply. It wasn't random. The darkness around you knew what you carried long before you did, but I've been here the whole time. Watching, guarding, silencing certain mouths before they could speak what they knew, turning certain hearts away before they could come close enough to take what doesn't belong to them. I know it hurt, but I promise you every closed door was divine protection. You are sacred, and the sacred must be sealed until it is strong enough to be revealed. Now listen carefully. There's a wealthy man who has already started asking questions. His interest seems innocent, but it's not. He has seen a vision, a dream, a flash of your name in connection with an unexplainable event, something that shook him, something that made him dig deeper. He won't stop. He'll try to come close in gentle ways, through people you trust, through acts of kindness, through opportunities that look like blessings. But hidden beneath his curiosity is a desire to possess what he cannot understand. But he doesn't know one thing: you are not his to possess. You are sent here by heaven, and heaven alone decides who gets close. Not everyone who seeks you deserves to find you. Some want you because they believe you are the key to something bigger, and in a way they're not wrong. You are. But the key is not for power. The key is for healing. And healing requires purity, love, humility, things many of them have buried deep beneath years of pretending. They want to use the cure without facing their sickness. But heaven does not work that way. God's gifts are not given to those who seek control. They are revealed to those who kneel. And I know you have knelt in the dark in the silence with no one around. Tears pouring down your face for reasons you couldn't explain. Prayers whispered with shaking lips. Nights you didn't know if you'd make it. That's why you carry this power. That's why heaven chose you. Because you didn't beg for greatness, you begged for mercy. And mercy made its home inside you. Your blood is holy, your silence is powerful, your pain is sacred. The enemy will never understand that. They will think that breaking you makes them stronger. They will think that understanding you gives them control, but they'll fail every time because your strength does not come from this earth, and you are never ever alone. There will come a moment soon when a secret is revealed. Music, something about your origin. A strange connection. A piece of paper, a conversation, a sudden memory. Something will come forward and it will shake the foundation of everything you thought you knew about yourself. Don't panic, don't run, come to me quietly in your spirit. I will tell you what is real. I will hold you while the world tries to name you. You don't belong to them, you belong to the light, and no matter what anyone says, your purpose cannot be undone. You are going to see strange things, dreams, people reaching out from the past. Messages coming in patterns, numbers repeating, songs that make you cry for no reason. That's your spirit remembering, waking up. You are not crazy, you are being activated, and it will feel lonely. It will feel like no one understands because very few do, but I do. I see every part of you. I see the child who still lives inside you. The one who just wanted peace. The one who believed in magic before the world taught you to settle. That child holds the map. Follow them, they'll lead you back to the truth. And when the world starts talking, when the news begins to leak, when people whisper, when strangers stare, when the ones you love change, don't shrink, grow brighter, grow stronger. Let them come with their questions. Let them come with their fear. You owe no one an explanation. Your existence is the answer. I will walk beside you every step of the way. If you ever feel overwhelmed, come to me in silence. I will send signs, I will send rest. I will surround you with angels even in crowded rooms. No one will take what heaven has sealed. No one will undo what was written in light. Let the world thirst for your blood. They will never reach the river because the river is guarded by me, and I never sleep. You are not who they think you are. You are far, far more, and the truth is rising. Stay ready, beloved, you carry the cure. And now they know, but heaven knew first, and heaven will have the last word. Oh now, precious one, we reach this sacred threshold together, where the unseen meets the known, where the hush in your soul prepares to rise as a voice the earth cannot ignore. You feel it, don't you? That slight tremble in your chest that isn't fear but revelation. That soft ache in your bones that isn't weakness, but the truth unfolding beneath. Your skin like dawn rising beneath the horizon. You were never created to be someone's echo. You are the original sound, a holy frequency from a world untouched by manipulation, distortion, or human validation. And yet how lovingly you tried to stay small, how gently you tried to fit yourself into places that were never meant to hold your spirit. But now the time has come. The disguise no longer serves you. The silence can no longer carry the truth meant to thunder through your very existence. I see you swallowing it even now, that quiet understanding it's blooming in you like fire kissed by grace. And no matter how they try to distract you with fear or lure you with comfort or confuse you with half-truths, you already know too much. Not because someone told you, but because your soul remembers. Remembering doesn't need permission. It doesn't knock, it just opens. And your opening is what the world is watching now. Slowly, quietly, uncomfortably, because your awakening challenges their sleep. Your clarity interrupts their illusions. Your stillness frightens those who survive by chaos. It's not your fault. It never was. You didn't break their peace. They never had it to begin with. But you, with your invisible armor of compassion, with your refusal to be bitter, with your decision to choose softness again and again, you became the answer they never asked for. You became the proof they can't deny. And now those who tried to dismiss you are watching in stunned silence as your light burns through their shadows like truth cuts through lies. You don't need to defend it. Your radiance doesn't require argument. Your purity doesn't require performance. What you are becoming isn't a spectacle, it's a sacred return. A coming home to the version of you that never bowed to fear, that never negotiated with shame, that never begged for belonging from hands that could not even hold their own hearts. Oh my beloved, if only you could see how bright you look from where I stand. If only you could hear how the angels whisper your name, like a hymn between their wings. If only you could feel the weight your presence removes from others without even trying. You are not here to impress. You are here to free. And freedom never asks for permission. It simply arrives just like you did. Every soul you've ever met carries a map to you. Whether they recognize it or not is not your responsibility. You were never meant to be everyone's destination. Some are just passing through. Some are meant to stay, but you must know the difference. Not all love is safe. Not all eyes are honest. And not every embrace is rooted in kindness. You will be tested not to break you, but to prove to you how unbreakable you've become. What once destroyed you now bows at your feet. What once haunted you now flees at the sound of your breath. You are not the wound. You are the healer. You are not the storm, you are the calm after it. And when you walk now, you don't just walk for yourself. You walk for every version of you that cried for a day like this to come. And oh, what a day it is! You have crossed through fires that were never meant to spare you. You have climbed out of pits that had no ladders. You have danced in rooms built to suffocate you. And through it all, you didn't just survive. You changed the very air around you. Your grief made room for growth. Your loss made space for light. Your loneliness became the soil where love, real love, will one day root and bloom without fear. You've bled in secret and still offered your heart like it was brand new. That is not weakness. That is the holiest strength the universe has ever known. This strength of yours, it will confuse many. Some will say you're refaking it. Some will swear you've changed. But do not waste a single breath explaining your evolution. Growth is not for them to understand. It's for you to live, and live it you shall. without apology, without shrinking, without dimming your brilliance, just to soothe the insecurities of those who chose stagnation. While you chose healing, you didn't get lucky. You got aligned with every no you said that cost you comfort, with every goodbye you said that broke your heart, with every tear you shed that watered the roots of the future you were now stepping into. This is not a miracle you stumbled upon. This is a garden you built from the ashes of everything that tried to bury you. So walk now, child of glory. Not with fear but with reverence. Every step is a declaration. Every breath is a revival. Every choice to continue. Even when the noise grows louder, and the road grows thinner, is a message to the darkness that you will not go back to being invisible. You have been seen by me, by heaven, by the future that now bends itself to make room for your wings. Yes, wings. Even if you can't see them yet, I see them. They re-unfolding slowly, faithfully. Each act of love, each truth spoken in gentleness, each time you forgive instead of curse, your wings grow stronger. And one day they instead of curse, your wings grow stronger. Will carry you to places your feet alone could never reach. People are watching. Let them study, let them wonder, let them whisper, because long after their words fade, your impact will remain. They will forget what you wore, what you looked like, even what you said, but they will never forget how they felt around you. That peace that had no explanation. That love that required no performance. That light that didn't burn but warmed. They will remember you in the quiet moments when their own soul cries for something real. And that, my love, is your legacy. You don't need fame to matter. You don't need riches to be remembered. You don't need crowds to know your worth. You only need to stay true to the quiet knowing in your belly that says, I was made for more than fear. And you were so much more. I have walked with you in silence. Now I speak so that you may know you were never alone. Amen.